Hello you, it's me. And I thought I'd put this picture up so that I could include all the main characters. Because this really is just scripted garbage. In my opinion, allegedly. You can't trust any of these people. You can't trust Ken. He's not a reliable narrative. Gypsy's not a reliable narrative, obviously. Narrator. And neither is Ryan. I know that because they're on the Lifetime show that there's a lot of things that they can't say. And I get that. But all three of them are all about, well, you just have to watch the show to find out. It's so disgusting. It really is. But I will claim right now, I've only heard snippets of the conversation of Ken's interview. I will probably go back and listen to the whole thing. But even with the snippets, here's some of the things that really bothered me. The fact that he says of Aurora, oh, she's the best baby ever. Now, it seems like nothing, but who says that about their baby? And I don't know, getting my words all mixed up. Do you ever get to the point where you have so much to say that it all tries to come out at once? I guess that's how I'm feeling right now. But I'm trying to think back to when my child was born, and the best baby was never it. Because being a new parent is exhausting. Now, you might say, oh my God, my child is so amazing. They are beautiful. They are so special. Oh, they have the cutest little nose. Oh my God, look at their eyes. Look at the hair that's growing in. Oh, look at the little feetsies. I used to kiss my baby's feet probably on the daily because they were so freaking cute. But these are things said of an actual parent. Oh, I have the best baby ever. That doesn't even sound like somebody who's involved. Now, I'm biased. That's fine. I'll take that. But the things that he said were it just sounded like scripted bullshit. It didn't sound like a father who is there and loving their little baby. That's all I'm saying. It sounded suspicious. The fact that he kept talking about how healthy the baby is. Now, that is important. And I know that when my child was born, hearing, oh my God, such a healthy little baby. And I was so excited. I was so happy. And so when the baby was first born, I said to everybody that asked or cared, oh, they are a healthy, bouncing little baby. They're so cute. They're so, and you gush. But the healthy part, ends at about a week because you've told everybody, unless if somebody on the street, and this happened to me because I walked my baby from the time they were about 5 days old. I had a really elaborate, fancy stroller that my grandfather got me, and he wanted to make sure that my baby had the best. And so I got this fancy stroller so I could cover their eyes and they wouldn't be bothered by the sun because they were born in the summer months. And people didn't say when they saw a new baby, is it healthy? That's never the first thing they say. The first thing they're like, oh my God, what a cute little baby. Is it a boy or a girl? If it's not obvious. Because at that age, it's not always obvious. And, oh, they're so sweet. How old are they? Those are the things people ask. The only people that ask, is the baby healthy, are, immediate family and friends. And you tell them the moment the baby pops out, why do you keep talking about it? Why is that so important to say? The baby's healthy. The baby's healthy. You seem to repeat Again, the baby, not Aurora, the baby. Why do you keep saying the baby is healthy? Why wouldn't you say Aurora is a healthy little baby girl? I know it sounds like semantics, but it's so weird to me. I don't know anybody, not just myself, I don't know anybody who talks about their child like that. They just don't. I have a neighbor who just had a baby recently, and again, first thing I said when I saw their baby is, oh my God, it's so cute, such a precious little gift. And they were sleeping and they looked so sweet and innocent and lovely, because babies are. But I'm not even the parent, and I'd said more about that child than Ken does about Aurora. They always say the baby. You don't hear her. You don't hear my daughter. Maybe once I heard that. And you don't hear Aurora or Rory or some little cute nickname or Baby Boo or something. Something that gives us an inkling of the fact that you had a child and you care. There's nothing from Ken. And then the fact that he gets so defensive. He's like, well, I don't have any reason to lie. Yeah, you do. You have one really strong reason to lie that seems to echo throughout all three of you people. Money. Money is the reason to lie. Money is the reason to not give information, because you want people to watch the Lifetime show and you get money, or maybe they're already paid. But even so, they're quiet because they don't want to give anything away. But it's money. Money will obviously make these weak-kneed little fucks lie. That's your motive, because you want to get paid and you want to keep that money. That's your motive to lie, Ken. But anyway, he just got so incredibly defensive. He got defensive about the book. Didn't want to talk about the book. He claimed he read the book. I doubt it. But very defensive about that. And Ryan was also very defensive. If you watch some of his stuff, I mean, he might do it in a more low-key way. Oh, well, I can't talk about that. Or, oh, that'll be coming up on the show. And that's fine. But he's still defensive. They're all defensive. It's all a money grab for these people. It doesn't mean anything. And it drives me crazy. I have no admiration, no anything for Ryan or for Ken. I think they're both, not only are they cucks, but they're pathetic losers who want clout and money. They are making money off of Gypsy, who is making money on the back of the fact that she murdered her mother. Isn't that nice? None of these people are good. I used to feel bad for Ryan because he was so well used by Gypsy, and then she moved on and he didn't. But he'll never. I don't even know if Nick has moved on from Gypsy. She seems to pick these weak-kneed little bitches who, for some reason, will do whatever she tells them to do. Now, I think Ken, of all of them, maybe the reason why he's so incredibly defensive and short-tempered, because he seems to be very short-tempered, is maybe there's an inkling in the back of his head that says this isn't right. Maybe. And that's maybe why he's more defensive or more angry sounding than like Ryan, for example. But none of these people, Ken, Ryan, Gypsy, Christy, Rod, or I guess even Mia, none of them are reliable. None of them I think, have told the truth. Oh, and Bree, can't forget Bree. Bree was caught out in at least one lie that I know of, which to me that's enough to say, well, she's not reliable either. But isn't it interesting that all the people that surround Gypsy are lying sacks of shit just like her? In my opinion, that's how I feel. Can I give evidence and proof? All I can speak on is what I've seen and heard. That's it. That's the proof that I feel I need. You can go search for more, because that's fair. Everybody should look and try to find what they're looking for regarding this. But in my opinion, they're all losers, worthless, horrible people who will lie for a murderer. Disgusting. The only one that I don't blame is Nick. I don't blame him, because I know that he has mental cognitive disabilities, and he was tricked, in my opinion. That's my opinion. He was tricked into doing the things that he did. And I think he's a very much an innocent victim. Now, did he do something bad? Yes. Do I think that he needs to stay in prison forever? No. Gypsy should be in prison, not him. I still think he should be in prison. I'm not sure what a fair term would be, because he is autistic. He does have a lower IQ. He does struggle to understand things, and she was pumping him up. I mean, I've seen that video of her, with her hand going up and down in a stabbing motion in front of her mother's bed. Okay? She was pumping him up. She was convincing him to do it. He even said he was trying to convince her to run away and get out and not have to do this, but she convinced him, no, this is the only way. I don't blame him for that. He doesn't have the necessary skills to be able to combat that. Now, that does mean he should be in prison, but I think that a lifetime, no, because he was duped the whole time. It wasn't his fault. He is unfortunately in a position where he could be very gullible, and yes, he did the crime, but he didn't kill Dee Dee. Gypsy did. Let's be very clear. Gypsy set it up so that poor Nick had to take the fall, and he didn't really know otherwise. But if you go on to Alice down the hole, gosh darn it, I'm so tired. You go look at her video. She has a very clear and concise way of explaining some of the things that happened and why she has a petition out to sign in order to bring Gypsy to trial without it being a double jeopardy thing. She explains it very well, or I'm assuming they explain it very well. I do not, because I just don't understand those things very well. I'm not a law person. I understand few things, but the way that Alice explains it, Alice down the rabbit hole, the way that Alice explains it is very clear, very concise, and makes a lot of sense. It really does. Go check that out. Because Gypsy should be brought to justice, and let Dee Dee rest in peace, for heaven's sakes. Let her rest in peace. Give Nick a lighter sentence. I agree that he has to be watched for the rest of his life, but he shouldn't be in jail for the rest of his life, or prison for the rest of his life. Anyway, all these people that Gypsy has surrounded herself with are all disgusting individuals, liars, and money grubbers. That's all they care about is money. I don't even know if certainly Christy and In my opinion, Christy and Rod don't really care much for Gypsy, except for the money she brings in. Again, we'll see more in June, I'm sure. But just disgusting. These people are disgusting. Here's the thing. I do truly believe that there's most likely a baby, maybe. I am not a conspiracy theorist, and I want to believe them going through all of this has to show to some degree that there really is a child. But nothing here, again, has proven, nothing Kid said is proven to me that there's a child. Again, who refers to their baby as the baby? It's so ridiculous. It just drives me crazy. It just, none of them talk like there's a baby. They're pretending, but none of them talk like it's real. When Gypsy said, "Oh, I have to get off, the baby's crying," there was no sounds of a baby crying. No, maybe the baby was in a room, like where you couldn't hear it, but it just, the urgency wasn't there. That's what drives me crazy. There's no urgency there. There's no tells of these people who are actual parents of a newborn, who's like a month old now. There's no tells. They're saying textbook things, but there's no, oh my goodness, I haven't taken a shower in 2 weeks because I've been having to take care of the baby. The little tells, like again, like, oh, I just love kissing her little toes, they're so sweet and cute. Or, oh, she made a great poop today. I mean, these are the things that parents talk about. These two never talk about those things. I just feel like they're all lying at this point. None of it feels real. And sure, maybe they are just throwing out different things until you watch the show and it'll give you the truth. But Gypsy herself said that she took those pictures with Ken and the fake sonogram when they didn't even know she was pregnant yet. So if that is true, then Lifetime isn't above lying and deception and pulling the wool over our eyes as well. So how do we know that it's even the truth there? How do we know that the Lifetime show is going to give us anything? Now, I'm not watching it. I don't care. I didn't watch the first season. I'm not going to watch the second. I don't care. I'll watch clips on other channels, and that's as far as I go. But Lifetime isn't above lying and creating a narrative. Gypsy certainly isn't above lying and creating a narrative that makes her look good. She wanted a baby. In my opinion, she wanted a baby so that she could continue having focus on her. That's it. It wasn't the motherly instincts, because in my opinion, I don't think she has any. She wants the accessory. She wants the perfect family. But looking at her, she's in the perfect family with the perfect husband, in her opinion. And perfect child that's healthy and perfect. If anyone has ever seen the movie Stepfather or The Stepfather, that was his thing. He was a psychopath who wanted the perfect family, and when his family got out of step and got in his way and wasn't perfect anymore, he would kill them all and then move on to someone else. Or actually move on to someone else and then kill them all and then continue with the new relationship, with the new perfect family that he hopes will be perfect. This, in my opinion, is very much what Gypsy's trying to do. Now, hope to God she doesn't kill all the family members to go move on to a new family. But she has murdered before. It's something to worry about. And the fact that there's an argument on whether CPS is there or not, the crime that she committed negates that CPS workers check in because she is a convicted murderer. It's a felony. So they're supposed to check in. That's supposed to be a common thing to make sure that she can handle it and that no harm comes to the child. That's a normal thing, from what I understand. So CPS should be there. CPS should be watching, which just and Gypsy completely denies it, which makes me think even more. Maybe there isn't a child. There was nothing on the divorce decree. There has been no real evidence of a child existing except for photos that might have been allegedly photoshopped. We don't know for sure. We know that Lifetime is really good at faking things, apparently, according to Gypsy herself. So, again, I question everything. None of these people are telling the truth. None of these people know how to tell the truth. Not Ryan, not Gypsy, not Ken. None of them. And if there is a baby in the mix, and I say if because I just don't believe a thing that they say, then for God's sake, let's help that poor little child. Because being in this family, Christy is not great. Rod is not great. The supposed parents aren't great. Ryan isn't great, although I don't know if he's in it or out of it or what he's doing. He's still hanging on. It's like, dude, go live your life already. Go get over it. Go live your life. But they want the money. Money-grubbing whores. All of them. It's disgusting. In my opinion. This is all my opinion. This is all alleged. This is all just how I think and feel from what I have seen. Disgusting. That's all I got to say.